All right, so now let's talk about Cheddar's trade. How many R's did you get on this trade?
9.6.
9.6. Nice, nice. Okay. I'm on 4 hour here. Do you want to do me do the replay back to the date that you took
Sure.
the trade?
We're just obviously bearish right now, so we're playing a counter trend long,
Okay.
but we're overall bearish, so targets are a little bit more aggressive.
Okay.
It's the Asia session.
Gotcha. Okay, so this is a 4 hour that I have for now. 15-minute maybe, or you want to talk
Yeah,
about
you
the
could do
structure? 15?
structure is just bearish overall. We
Right.
have if you want to go over that, that's fine. Top down analysis. So we got a high taken here, then we got this low got ran, and then we got a pullback.
Right.
And then we have this area of the supply, and we push out. And so we're just following this tank.
Okay, 15-minute here. Okay.
All right, so on this particular pullback, we push out. I don't think I was on the charts at this time, but we take this low here, and I was expecting a pretty aggressive pullback into something significant, but it just doesn't pull back that much. So you can play it forward.
Okay.
So right away here, I was like, okay, I saw this, and I was trying to see if I can get a 1M entry in here, but basically I started by seeing like what was over here to the left that it reacted off. Yep.
Okay. You want me to go to the 4 hour and then see if there's anything that you're looking for?
Let's check it out. Okay, so there's this area here. Just a little small pause in the market, not too big. This one little sell candle, and then going to 15M. All right, so I saw this push here come up, but it left these equal lows. So I was thinking, well, I want to run this liquidity first, see how price reacts after, because we're getting this pullback. I wanted to make sure that I guess, well, there was nothing I was really liking, but I was just watching it at this moment. So go ahead and play it.
Okay.
All right, so now we take all of these lows here, and then we mitigate deeper inside of that range to the left.
Right.
So now if you look at what this hits.
In the left?
Yep.
Okay. Let me mark that up with the
You can leave it on a
line.
15M, but yeah, put your line there. Because you see this, okay, here's what's got me interested. You see this real big bullish candle here? That's what I wanted to see, something like that.
Okay.
We want a big reaction.
Okay.
See, when this came in first, it just gave equal lows and pushed off. So I didn't want to put a counter trend long here because of these equal lows.
Right. Not yet, at least.
Yeah.
Okay. And looking at what's in the left, okay. Nice demand there. Yeah.
Yep. Now you're gonna laugh at this, but we took this long on the 6th. I think it's the 6th of September.
We took it, or you did?
I took it.
You took
it. This was an entry we took, or I took. So we're gonna revert back to this after I show you what's going on over there, because they look very close.
Okay. Do I remember that trade? I'm not sure, but
let me send you the screenshot. You can post it up.
Okay. Juan, did you take this trade? Do you remember this one?
No, I think I had fell asleep around that
time. Maybe me too, but if let's see what Cheddar sends me. And then
All
I
right,
mean,
check that one.
it's only logical. If it worked once, it's gonna work again.
Yeah,
Mhm.
basically. All right, I sent it.
Okay, let me copy the. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Okay, this one here.
Yep.
You
I
guys see it, right?
zoom in on the entry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
And then slide it over.
Oops. I don't.
Okay. Now, real quick, we're going to look at this trade recap, but notice that we got this V-shaped recovery here.
Okay.
Real strong push out. That's what I wanted, this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the range. And then we start wicking above it. So just remember that. All right, now we can go to the chart.
Okay. Got it.
And
Okay.
then go to the 1M.
1M. Straight to 1M from here.
Yep. All right, so basically, I marked this up at before. This is live market. So I marked this low up.
Mm-hmm.
We have these low reactions to it and then a failure.
Okay.
So I just make a line for this is a chalk down.
Okay.
Here's I marked this up as the V-shaped recovery, real aggression coming down and pulling out.
Mm-hmm.
Good big confluence there.
Mm-hmm.
And then zoom in here.
Okay.
Obviously,
Oops.
at this moment we have to chalk up. You can see it, but you have to wait for this. But when price was returning, I had this area as a piece of supply
Mm-hmm.
because it did take some low.
Right.
So I had this in my head. I had this area, and then
That's a valid supply.
refined it to this top buy to sell, the refinement part. Yep.
Okay. Here.
So now we have this first tap. See this first tap?
Mm-hmm.
Pull back, and then we trend out, trade
Okay.
up.
I see.
So now I have this as a flip.
So that's your POI then here.
Because it gave the first reaction to this supply that actually broke this structure here that caused the chalk down. And this was the flip that started the push out before on the last supply
Mm-hmm.
to break this high.
Okay. So for people who don't really, I guess, know how to tell if it's a flip or not, what do you look for? Is there something
a better one would be multiple candles that pull back, maybe like 2, and a bearish candle. But you can play buy to sell to buy wicks, because on the lower time frame this is a range. So you can actually if you cut the bar replay here, and then put it on the 10s.
Here, right?
Well, you can do that.
Okay.
And then check out the 10s.
Nice. Okay.
And see how it goes when it comes up to that supply.
We'll start playing now.
Yeah. The price gives a reaction, and then the push out.
Got it. Okay.
Now, this one here is unmitigated. And then go ahead back to the 1 minute. And then we push out. So go ahead and play it, and we'll get a chalk up here eventually. Change the character.
There you go.
Okay. And so I'm waiting for 1M to return here. And the whole idea is, if you look at the 15M, let's take a look at that too.
Okay.
All right. So when this low got ran here, it didn't necessarily give a big pullback.
Right.
But we did push this far, created the equal lows, got a slight pullback. And then we take this and we have another mitigation. We have this liquidation, and then we have a 1M change of character to the upside. It's early indications that we might be trading higher. So my target at this moment would be a counter trend pullback. And I'm guessing I'm thinking of this ahead. So if you scoot this down more, the chart, so we can see the 15M targets.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Go. All right. So I'm looking at potentially first running this as liquidity equal highs
Hmm.
with potentially targeting this, and most likely this will get ran if this gets ran. So like a hard TP around here.
Okay.
As targets.
And back to the point about this. So let's say we did react. What does it mean though, potentially?
Well,
Big pullback, just
this would just be like trending lower like this. It's still just continuation.
okay.
So we would be coming from here, have a pullback, and have a pullback continue. So I'm actually positioning myself for a counter trend trade.
I see.
But the time that I actually thinking about it is when something like this inside of this mitigation, running these equal lows, and then pushing back after the one aggression. This aggression was one confluence, because when I got here, it didn't really do that. It just kind of jumped up, pushed
Right.
down, came up, swept this, left these equal lows. So I wasn't going to take a long from here. It was too risky. So I wanted to see this fail and then see what happens after. So check the 1M. All right, so now zoom in on this. Yep. Okay, so now we have this reaction here. Actually, my chalk line is this guy, the very top of the high. Yep. So here we have a little bit of supply reaction. That'll push out. This mitigates this wick. See that?
Okay.
While at the same time, this one is not mitigated. So this one mitigates this one, but this one is not, price has not returned. This is our range off that flip reaction. So go ahead and play price. I want it to come back and I want to see a chain.
Okay. So keep playing, right?
Yep. Now see here, look at this. This low, I believe it failed. Check it, see if it got ran. Or did it hold? Okay, so it actually gave a reaction. So this gave a reaction here. We came here, and then this push out. So okay, now you could get some more structure.
Before we go ahead, for people who are just starting out SMC, why is this not a valid or the best POI, optimal POI in this setup?
Well, when it returns here, you could take this, but the thing is, it's kind of like it's a little bit tricky to play off of that one, because this one for me at that moment looked better because I wanted a deeper pullback. And this was actually my flip zone because it was the last supply before the break of this low. And it wasn't this one. Like this supply here wasn't the cause of this break. It was this guy.
Yes. Right.
So this is the difference between these potential areas of reaction that continue higher. So I mean, I don't know if that makes any sense. Like this, this broke that low, but not this one. This was the origin of the move, but this is the cause of the break.
Direct cause. This is okay. So this interacted with this supply, and therefore it is more significant and better POI.
Yes.
Okay.
Like for example, this bullish candle and this push down, it reacts to this demand here, and it just kind of slowly pushes out. And then here, let me mark this up. This is demand to the left, gives a reaction, pushes up, sweep this little high right here, and then breaks.
Okay.
But this high, it didn't do any of that. It just kind of, it had a little reactions, but it didn't break much. It definitely didn't break this. This broke this later. It's a little sloppy, but this one broke that one later.
And lastly, would you say So you know how we have to be able to, trade the 15-minute before, being able to trade the 1 minute, right? There's a saying like that. So this POI in particular, does it show on the 15-minute, or did that not really matter in this situation?
No, that's not the counter trend idea here is not based off a 15-minute POI. It's based off
1 minute?
this reaction with 15M pulling back after the sweep of the equal lows. There might be some equal lows over here. I don't know if you check it out.
Yes, right
Okay,
here.
those are the equal lows. So we run those, and I'm expecting a pullback. But what happened and what made me interested was this big move. This is a massive move here.
So that's the main narrative
Yep.
here on this
Yes.
one.
Because
Okay.
and also gives us a change of character, and then I'm waiting for demand to start holding. So I want to see what happens here. That's
Okay.
next.
All right. So we'll keep playing that.
So right here, if I was to potentially put this up as a way to continue long from here, then I would want this area to hold and then break levels, and then come in on a 1-day mitigation.
Yeah, at least some internal structure, right? Like that.
If this was my POI, I want it to react to it and continue.
Okay, got it. Got it. Keep playing.
Yes. Yep. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right. So we hit that there, and it goes in a little bit deeper. All right. Now slow down for a second there. Okay. Now we hold here. That's a good sign. And now I have this high right here. This is also a high. This is also a POI here. If you slide a box here,
and this one you could count that as a sweep as well, right?
This is a high that got ran. We have a reaction. See the reaction right here and the pullback, and then the break of that high.
Okay, got it. And then mark this up, you said?
Yes. If you're not going to take this, you're just marking out the order flow as we're expecting to potentially push out.
Okay.
So this may be this could have been first entry, less confirmations. This is chain forming, more confirmation, and then I want to see this high get taken before I can actually think a little bit more like, okay, now we're switching.
Okay.
This is just another confirmation.
Got it.
So you could say this is a chalk and a flip. Because we take this low here, and we take this high here.
Okay. So that's okay, chalk. Okay.
Because the idea is that we have a low here, a high, a lower low, lower high, a lower low. This should have held and taken out this lower low. But
in theory,
it gives a reaction, and then this high failed.
Okay.
So it's like a reversal model right here.
Oh, okay.
This is actually this whole guy, just a little bit smaller. So we see we coming down like this, then we take this high. Now we're coming here. This low is holding, and we're coming out. Okay. That's all in here also.
Got it.
It's like the same thing, really.
Okay.
And then go ahead and play it. All right, now look, slow down a second. Now I was waiting for this high to get taken. So we take this high. This demand is holding. That's another good sign. Also, this could have been a potential entry, just as much as this was. 2 flips.
Right.
So I marked that one up.
Which one? This one as well?
Well, I originally had this whole range marked up, but price was holding and chaining anyways.
Okay.
So right now I'm just doing a little bit different live on the recap. So we're just gonna make it a little bit better because this would have been better.
Right. Got it.
And then you see how price comes back here. So now I'm just waiting to see potentially this high get ran and get a pullback. So I'm looking to see what happens here.
Okay.
Go ahead, hit play. Okay, so did that take it? See if this took it. I think it might have.
Yeah, right. Just a little bit.
We'll do a break line right here. Okay, so that's a little break, a wick break.
Right.
And then after that, we get a pullback.
Mhm.
Okay, so you can actually drag this box over because this demand is holding price currently.
Okay.
If we were to take out this demand, then this low is going to get ran. Potentially, this will get ran too, because this high is pretty strong, probably.
Right, right.
But we got this strong V shape. We got the change of character. We got the flip. We got demand holding. We got a push out. We got multiple highs failing. We got a pullback starting the chain. And now I want to see how can I get in. So go ahead and play it. All right, I hold there. See if it took out this high, this guy.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, I think, well,
I think you got two lines crossed over.
yeah,
You got
right
that
here.
lower one. All right, so here I marked up this range right here, and I entered my order right here.
Oh, that's when you entered. Okay.
Now see this last sell to buy action. So these three candles, 1, 2, 3, they trade higher and higher and higher.
Yep.
They take out this high. This one took out this high, and then this one took out this high, and then demand's holding. So I was happy enough to go ahead and enter here.
Okay.
What had happened was these candles pulled back kind of like right away. So I didn't get much push out, but the demand was holding.
Was still valid.
Yeah. So I put a order here before this actually returned, and then it actually tagged me in like right here. So I think it was about 5.1, 5.2. I think it was like 5.1. And is that 5.2, 5.1?
Yeah, this is 5.2.
Okay, so then it tags me in right here in this POI. This is more for like spreads.
Right, right.
So if you want, you can drag this over so it gets activated. So that's when I got activated right there.
Okay.
So I marked this up as liquidity to target. My equal lows to the left was the liquidity swept, which gave me this strong reaction up. So I already had those on my radar. This was a great confluence. The pullback and the hold off the flip.
Right.
This was more like lower time frames. And then so I don't like to play off these buy to sell wicks on the one end too much.
That's why I asked you.
So that's why I didn't enter here. But this would have been more aggressive. I wanted to see the order flow continue shifting with the demand hold, which is what I got in all of this.
Yeah.
And these little highs started getting ran. So we get a pullback. I get tagged in right there.
Right.
And then you can go ahead and play it. You already know my okay, so if I enter on the 1M, I'm just gonna put this out. I enter on the 1M, I'm gonna have 15M targets.
Okay.
Which we labeled up there. If you want to hit the if you want to put a box on the supply, 15M supply, we can do that as well.
This one here?
This is liquidity target, but not my TP target.
Oh, so where's your 15? Okay. These, right?
It's gonna be this supply range.
Okay, so you had the whole supply as the target.
Yes, because price can come here and tag me out just because I'm counter trend. It can hit anywhere inside of here and take me out. So I wanted to kind of get somewhere around here.
Okay. Got it. Got it. And how about the second target? Did you have a second target here? Not really.
Actually, you know what? I'm sorry, I mixed this up. This was all right. This happened after. Okay, this is going to be like what happened later. Was it did run up here? But my first target was this. Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, okay.
So mark this up.
Okay, let me do that.
Yeah, I messed that one up. These highs looked almost similar to that, like that.
Mm-hmm. Is this good enough range? Or
You can
was
do
it
this, these last two candles here. Yeah, right there.
this one?
Yep. So maybe it's somewhere in here, but also potentially running those equal highs.
Mm-hmm.
So stretch this up to 50 pips.
Okay.
Let's see where it is. All the way to 50. Oh, maybe
Yep,
it
right
was
there.
that one. Okay, so see, I'm getting kind of crossed up on my memory here, but
Mm-hmm.
so I did target this.
Uh-huh.
So I was right the first time. I thought it
Right.
was, I don't remember which one it was exactly, but now it makes sense. The EA, I made the EA take me out at 50 pips. Targeting
Okay. That was a
this,
setting.
yeah, targeting this liquidity and potentially not wanting to see a crazy reaction from here and take me out. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just like I said the first time.
Got it.
So you can delete this.
Okay.
And it was always going to be this range here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can go ahead to the 1M.
Okay.
Okay, and then you can play it. Oh, you know, here's what it was. These guys look like those guys. That's what it is.
Oh, it
That's what
makes
tripped
sense.
me up.
Confusing. Yeah.
This was my first liquidity targets. And then this was the 15M liquidity targets. And then the supply. Got
Okay.
it. All right, so as soon as we took this out, then I was like, okay, cool, I can go break even. Which you already know that.
Mm-hmm. So once that
Right there.
happened, yep, break
Yep.
even.
So this goes to entry.
Okay, let me move that up.
Oh, you can leave it down because it'll change the RR values.
All right, right.
Just imagine it's like right here.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then go ahead and play it. It was pretty slow during this time. It just started the range.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to find scalings. The first scaling I was looking at was this guy,
Okay.
but it was not the cleanest.
Mm-hmm.
But it would have been valid.
Okay. But why not the cleanest? The range is there.
It's basically when I wanted to target this, and it's also counter trend. I didn't want to risk any more capital being counter trend.
Mm-hmm. Okay, risky.
If it was pro trend, I could have done it a little bit better.
Gotcha.
But let's say this was pro trend, then this would have been a nice scaling.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Okay. All right. So keep playing,
Yep.
maybe, and
Yep,
then see
just
how
keep
it
playing.
plays out. Okay. Wasn't there like a little push down before the whole move?
I think it
remember.
was this guy. That was
Oh,
it.
that was it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you and I were talking during I think about somewhere around here.
Yeah, I think I definitely paper traded this one too. But
You did?
yeah.
Oh,
Remember I put up the chart? I don't know if you remember.
okay.
Yeah. I
That's
had
pretty
two
cool.
TPs. Yeah, on this.
You can drag this over.
Let's do that.
And then what time is it?
This is 10:30.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead. Yep. Okay,
Yeah, I
right
think
there.
this was it. Mm-hmm.
Now I was actually getting kind of bored watching this, so I just went to bed for a little bit, just kind of chilling. And then I don't know how this happened, but I think there was some impact news.
Yep, yen news. Yep.
And I did check it before I entered this trade, by the way, just to make sure it wasn't restricted. It wasn't restricted, so I was okay with that. And I already had my break even, so I was fine with that too. I just didn't know it was going to do this.
Yeah.
So
I think that was the time that the BOJ came out.
Yep, the news came out.
Yep, this is a news candle. So I'm in bed and I see this thing shoot up. This is about a little less than 30 seconds. I get out and I'm like 4 feet away from the computer and I can't even get to the keyboard because I wanted to move this up a little bit and probably play with my trailing stop. I didn't even get to my keyboard in time and it just took me out.
You must gotten slipped though. Like slipped as in like a
On the
good
TP?
slip. Yeah, on the TP. It happens when there's news.
Actually,
No?
look at this. It slowed down a little bit here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it had that little move back. It didn't slip me. I think it might have gave me a little bit more, but Yeah, there might have been. It wasn't really impressive.
Got it. Got it.
I think it might have been like 52 pips.
Maybe like 2 pips more, a pip more, or something like that, right?
Yeah, something
Okay.
small.
Got
And that's
it.
it. I mean, it's not really that much more to it.
I mean, this was simple, even though this was counter trend. There's like it's just really simple and just straightforward with the no breakdown with the chains and news gave you the little boost to get out of the trade right away. You know,
Yep.
was like what?
Now the funniest thing, like I said before we started, was what happened to the left was this guy was the same as the guy in the past.
Like same kind of
Yeah.
setup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I'm
picture
looking
I
at it
gave
right
you, do you
now.
still have it?
Yeah,
Yes.
I see the range. Yep.
Yeah. See the
Boom.
V shape here?
Right here.
It pulls back into the range and it holds, and then you got these little breaks here, and then leaves
Mhm.
this PY here, and it would take off. And it's not
Yeah.
textbook perfect, but it's like almost the same. The
Mm,
liquidity targets are not the same, but the little range and takeoff was very close
yeah, I see it.
with the V shape.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
And you can
then
see on this one here, I mark it up the same too. See that? What do you see right there? A little supply
Yes.
reaction and a
Yep.
flip.
Same
What
kind.
settled by wicks? Price never came to this.
So you entered off of the next one here.
This one, yeah, when it
Yeah.
broke
Yeah.
here.
Okay. Nice. Nice.
and then for all the people that don't understand the liquidity targets and your supply targets, go ahead and show them what happens after the next candle on replay.
Look at this. See that? See that? I didn't even see that there. Look,
Mhm.
remember on the current one, it has swept equal lows.
Mhm.
That's this guy sweeping the equal lows. Remember that?
Okay.
The same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. What did you say? Did you show them what? The replay and
Yeah, like with this whole move,
Mhm.
so showing that Cheddar's profit targets is like completely like valid and like amazing because like he profited he targeted liquidity, but then also like very little bit less of the supply chain that was there.
Mhm.
So they get entered into the supply. But I was saying, show the next candle what happens next
Oh
after that.
yeah, the news. Play this out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Watch
All
what
right.
happens.
Got it.
Boom.
Okay.
Boom. Completely
Okay.
takes you right out.
Now drag this
Uh,
up. See where it maxes out.
um,
It's like 17R, I think.
yeah, 17, 18, yeah.
Okay. But see, this bear candle, it could have happened anywhere in here.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to target here.
Mhm.
And we're
Yeah.
counter trend, so I'm not gonna mess around.
Yep,
Yeah,
good stuff.
like when you said 50, I was like, damn, that's kind of pushing it. But and then like when you're giving your reasoning of why you're targeting that supply, you're like, okay, I don't want to get taken out here with
Yep.
some crazy moves. So that's why I'm gonna target right underneath it. And it's smart and it's like very very valid, so that way you keep the capital that you just risked.
Yep.
Yep.